Okay, so we can start now. Again, thank you so much, guys, for joining today. Uh, uh, again, this is a webinar series on Part Dot by Soumya. So we have Soumya with us. Hi, Soumya. Good morning.
Hi, Shashank. Hello, everyone. Good morning and welcome to this webinar session.
Yeah. Thank you, Soumya. Thank you so much, Soumya, for sharing your knowledge with us. And this particular webinar series is really helpful for those who are more interested for the Pardot and learn more about that. Okay, so let's get started. So we are a New Delhi Salesforce developer group, and we are running several initiatives right now. Impact Salesforce Saturday is one of that initiative. In that initiative, we will come up and join all of you on every Saturday, and where experts from our Salesforce community will share their knowledge on different topics in Salesforce. This is our webinar series. Currently, we are running a webinar series on Pardot, and this is our fourth uh, uh, session on from this webinar series. So basically, we have what started our New Delhi Salesforce group, developer group in February 2016, and these are our some social links. You can follow us, and if you want to know about our past sessions, then you can reach out to our website www.newdelhi.sfdc.com, where you can see you can know about our initiatives and our upcoming webinars and our past webinars as well. Apart from this Impact Salesforce Saturday, we are also running an initiative, Mentorship Central. Atul, you want to share this?
Sure, Sushant. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So, guys, yeah, Mentorship Central is an initiative that was started long back, and we have been. So, the whole point of having Mentorship Central is connecting mentors and mentees together. So, if you are someone who has got a lot of experience in Salesforce, or maybe a few years of experience in Salesforce, and you think you have something to give back, and you like to do in that in a one-on-one fashion, you don't mind getting on a phone call or maybe on a call, or maybe just back and forth on email, helping someone through their Salesforce journey. This is the right platform for you. So you can register yourself as a mentor or a mentee, and when you register as a mentor, you can just wait for some mentee to select you as a mentor or apply for mentorship with you, or you can volunteer as a mentee, and you can start uh, reaching out to mentors and hoping they'll accept you as a mentee, and they'll start engaging with you. So this is the platform. We just connect mentors and mentees, and then you take it from there. So we have had a very successful run with this platform. We've got around 600 plus mentors registered, available mentors registered on this platform, and around 2000 plus mentees registered on the platform. And we have got, I think, more than 800 matches that have been done so far. So again, take full use of this platform. Maybe you apply to one mentor, they don't answer, or they reject your mentee request, mentorship request, because of one reason or another. Apply for another one till the point you get to a mentor who's ready to assist you. And I'm pretty sure this is going to be pretty fruitful for you. So go to this link here, guys, bit.ly/SF Mentorship Central. Make sure that bit.ly links are case sensitive. So you type them with S capital, F capital, M capital, and C capital. Thank you.
Uh, Thanks, Atul. Okay, so I think we can move forward. Soumya, now stage is yours. Go ahead.
Thank you, Sushant. Thank you, Atul. Thank you so much for this opportunity to share my knowledge with all the fellow trailblazers. So, a brief introduction about me. So, my name is Soumya, and I work as a Salesforce and Pardot admin. And I'm also a part of the Marketing Champions 2020s program. And I lead currently I'm leading the Gurgaon B2B marketers group, and where we deliver or we connect with our fellow trailblazers and discuss about various topics, not just about Salesforce or Pardot, a lot more stuff. anything that we have in discussion. We have joint meetups, and when we used to have the offline meetups, we used to have joint meetups, or especially Pardot sessions that used to be there. And now we are during this lockdown, we are just organizing these webinar sessions for you guys so that we can keep sharing and stay connected to you. So this is my social media link. You can just connect with me for any kind of resources or get any kind of guidance or any help you need from me regarding Salesforce. So just follow me and you can just drop me any question if you have. All right, so moving forward, as we have had already the 3 sessions of this webinar series. So previously we have discussed about the introduction to Pardot, where we discussed how Pardot can be useful for your business, or how Pardot platform is a B2B platform is different from Marketing Cloud's B2C model, and how it works, and what are the different functionalities and features available in both the platforms, and how they both differentiate from each other. Then we discussed about how Pardot works and what's working behind the B2B model that's being implemented in our business. Then how we sync the data between Pardot and Salesforce, and how we connect both the platforms in a sync so that we have a good flow of data and between both the platforms. In the next session, we discussed about the process automation in Pardot, where we discussed about the automation processes that are available in Pardot, like the automation rules, segmentation rules, completion actions, and dynamic lists. The last webinar session that we had, we discussed about the forms and form handlers, where we discussed about the lead generation process using Pardot, and what all are the ways in which we can use the Pardot hosted forms or the Pardot form handlers for getting the leads into our database and then working on them to build your business, and the differences, how it works, and what are the different functionalities available in both of them. And then just comparatively, we just discussed about that. So if by any chance you missed to attend any of these previous sessions, you can just log to the New Delhi Salesforce Developer Group's website, and you can find the link of the recordings or the PPTs that are available there. So today we'll be moving on to our 4th session of the series, and we'll be discussing about the 3 important topics of in Pardot: the landing pages, the custom redirects, and the dynamic contents. So these landing pages, how it's different from the normal web pages that we have on our website, the custom redirects, how we can use, what are these, and how we can use to maintain a good connection or tracking your prospects in a better way, and the dynamic content, how it can help you build a personalized content for your prospects. So we'll discuss one by one in detail with the help of a demo as well. Starting with the landing pages. So first of all, as you all know, that marketing automation is all about insights into your prospect interests, insights about how your campaigns that you have built in your Pardot for your business, how it's making it fruitful, and what's the ROI that you are getting in return, and how to check how it's working, and how it helps you align your marketing and sales data. So because you know that we use Pardot for getting the marketing qualified leads, and once we get those leads, the good quality leads that are actually that can actually be a valuable customer for you in the future, so you get them into Salesforce, right? So that's how you can see the productivity of your content that you have created. So talking about the landing pages, you can have a question that what makes landing page different from other web pages. So if we see closer, and it has some significance to bring you closer to your prospect, right? And it can let you analyze their behavior for some of your very important pages on the website. So that page can have some relevant piece of information that the visitor has been looking for, and that's why they have landed on your landing page. Like for let's say for a list of some services that you have listed on your website. So there might be like that's something, but that some particular content on your website interests your prospect, and that's why they have navigated to your page. So that's how you can like differentiate about landing pages and web pages, because you can track your prospects activity and you can run your business based on each prospect's interest and the navigation that they do. So the advantage can be to track their activities and related to the landing pages, and being able to see where prospects actually came from, and you can just note the source as well, and you can do the reporting for your landing pages and look out for the key indicators of success that we say, that or the reason or the concern why the prospect has landed to has visited your landing page. And you can also have the functionality to add the automations to the list of prospects that are who are viewing your landing page. So in a whole way, you can just track and you can get them, you can just trap them, and you can attract them with your content in your Pardot, and you can engage with them, nurture them throughout your entire business process, and you can turn them into your valuable customers. So landing page is a specific web page that a visitor typically reaches after clicking a link or website, or sorry, an advertisement. So if you might have seen an advertisement, a lot of advertisements on the pages on the websites that where you visit, right? So whenever you click, you land to some particular page. So that is something, the entire process is tracked, that you have landed on a particular website and from there you saw an advertisement, and this is the source from where you have visited, you have been moved, you have been landed to a particular page. So in that way you can track the prospects in activity, and you can see that what all are the probable options from where you can get the prospects. So it generally displays the content that is specific to the advertisement. As I said, if you have posted any advertisement related to any of your solutions that you're providing, so if there is something that the prospect get interested with, so they will just click that and they will see the content relevant to that. So on your wherever you have placed that particular relevant content. It also helps you to build your landing pages without the need of a web developer, because you have the inbuilt like Pardot provides you a lot of templates for building your landing pages. So you might not need to, for just building a basic landing page, you might not need to take any help from a web developer if you have no coding, like you don't know about coding, or you have no idea how to use HTML. So you can just use these templates to build your landing pages, or you can also use the HTML code according to the requirement as whatever design standards you have. So based on that, you can also have the customizations done to it according to your requirement. You can build automations based on the prospect activity. So if you have attended our session of process automation, we discussed about the automation rules. So where you can put some automation on the prospects activity on your landing page, whether if they have viewed your landing page, what actions would you like to take? Would you like to add them to a list? Would you like to add them to a particular campaign? Or would you like to tag them? Or you want to send any autoresponder email, or you want to, in any way you want to adjust their score, a lot of options that are available there to take actions on. So based on that, you can do, you can get to know about your prospects. And your prospect activities can be anything, that can be like downloading the assets or the PDF that are available on the website. They can register for event that you like if you have placed a form on the landing page, then they can register for any event that's coming up, and they can sign up for product demos as well. So it makes it easier and very simple to drive your visitors directly to your home page where you want them. That it's up to you how you want to direct your prospects into that particular content. So that's the way you drive them to your content, and if they find it interesting, you get to engage with them. And so, that's about the landing pages. So now we'll see how we create a landing page in Pardot. So you can see I have my mm, you'll go to marketing, and from here you'll navigate to the landing pages option. Okay, so I have created a landing page, and I'll just walk you through how did I create one. So okay, so first of all, there are multiple steps to guide you through the process. So the very first one is to name your landing page. You can add a tag to it. You can add them to a particular folder where you can organize your landing pages accordingly. You can provide the title to your landing page. This is something that's visible right on your browser tab. So whatever name you give here as a title will be displayed here on the tab. You can describe the landing page, what exactly is the purpose of building this landing page. You can associate them to a particular Pardot campaign, because whatever tracking is being done, the tracking code that is being pulled is from the campaign, right? So every marketing asset needs to be associated to a particular campaign to make them trackable. The tracker domain, as we discussed in the previous session, you can just set up different tracker domains, and you can just take the help of the IT people to set up this for you. So, and you can just set the archive date if there's if you don't need this, you just need this landing page for one time. Let's say you have an event, for that you need a landing page. So post that event, you can just set the archive date, like just one day after the event, you can just put the archive date, and you can just, if any time later you want to use this landing page, you can use that. Till that time, it will be saved in the archived section. The next step is to associate a form with a landing page. So you have an option to create new form, or you can use any of the existing forms like I have used. Like from here, I have one form, so I have just selected this. And if you don't want the landing page to have any kind of form, and you don't want to capture any prospect details from the page, so you can just select the no form option as well. If you want the landing page just to deliver some kind of information, or if you have provided any sort of link on that for any of the asset. So in that way, you can manage your landing pages. You can also redirect the prospect, like for the Pardot forms, we have the thank you content available if you have attended our previous session. So post the form completion, once the prospect has submitted the form, they get a thank you content. So instead of showing the thank you content, if you want to redirect them to some other link or URL, you can just place it here. You can just put the redirect location over here, so you can just skip the thank you content part. The next step is to select the layouts. So a lot of stock layouts are available from where you can build a landing page. So if I select, if you just want a blank one to use, and you want to use your own designing skills and HTML you want to just put in, you can just start with a blank one, or you can select any of the inbuilt stock templates that are available for building a landing page. Then we'll move to the landing page content, what is to be placed. So I have built a very basic and very normal landing page. It has no designing, it has nothing. So I have just built it. And from here, you can go and put your entire code of the landing page in this code section, source section, and you can just save. So these are all the steps that are required to
Hi guys, thank you for your patience. We are almost starting out. Again, we had some issues with the laptop of Soumya, but we have pretty much sorted that issue out. Soumya, have you joined?
Yeah, can you hear me, everyone?
Yes, loud and clear. Loud and clear.
Great.
All right.
Sorry for these interruptions again and again, guys. Let's continue with. We won't be able to continue with the like the demo part of the rest of the topic, but we'll just go through once and we'll see how it's going to help, and we'll just get to know about the topics. So Shant, can you just move to the next slide? Yeah, custom redirects. Thank you, Shant. So these are the custom redirects are some kind of like you have links that you want to get tracked about the prospects. So uh, a lot of you don't want that every time a prospect is visiting a page or like filling up a form, like every user won't find it easy to fill up a form to provide their personal details to help like a lot of options are there. So it depends, like some of the prospects will like to fill up a form and others like they find it easy to click a link and they would navigate to a page. So at that point of time you can take the leverage and you can just make a link, a trackable link, so that you can track their activities, how it works. So how we can use custom redirects in Pardot. So there are multiple options in which you can use the custom redirects in Pardot. So the one is links that you can place on your website. So whenever you look at the data and of the prospect, and you can understand where the prospects are clicking and what may have drove them to click that particular link that you have placed on the website, and the types of, let's say, they are you have placed a lot of list of offers that you have placed on your website. So the type of offers that are attracting the prospects more, they give you a better a knowledge about your prospect interest, and that's how custom redirect can become an important feature to take advantage of. And with the help of the using this custom redirects, you can optimize your marketing processes as well. So this can add a big advantage to your marketing. Like if you want to track, you have tracked the forms by asking the users to fill the forms, you have tracked the pages, the content that your prospects are visiting, and you can also track the links, what all links the prospects are clicking and landing to a particular content. The next use of custom redirects can be the banner ad clicks. So you can add a banner uh, you can track a banner ad explicitly and see that how many prospects are visiting or accessing that banner. So you have seen a lot of banner advertisements that are available on the websites, right? So you can just track how many of them are clicking and accessing that banner, and then they are get coming to you can just redirect them to your content as the way you want. So banner ad clicks in custom redirects and banner ad clicks works like that. Then talking about the social media links, so you can see that whenever we are posting some content on the social media, like on Twitter or like on LinkedIn, so you get to see the like the report or the engagement metric with your content, right? So how many of them have viewed your content and how many of them have clicked your content, or how many of them have responded to your content. So that's all. Some of the visitor activity, you just get a graph to see about the views, the how many of them have viewed your content, right? So in that way, in prospects you can do that with the help of custom redirects. You may share a link on anywhere on a social media platform like Twitter, LinkedIn, and you can see that how those links, how those contents are performing. So you can make sure that whenever you're posting the same content on different social media channels, you can place different custom redirects behind each of them to draw like you can draw further conclusions that what converts the best, where you're getting more response for it. Is it from one of the platforms, or you're getting almost equal response from all of the platforms? So you can focus more on the weaker parts, and or you can focus, or you can enhance more of your marketing on the other platforms that are available. So you can opt for other marketing platforms as well, because nowadays you can see the marketing has moved entirely digital, and they are trying to get more closer to the customers. If you see that now the marketing, the companies, the businesses are moving to Instagram, because they have seen that the prospects are more actively available on Instagram instead of Facebook. So now we don't use Facebook more often, but we use Instagram. So from there you have more probability to get your customers from there and get their attention to your business and your marketing strategies. So in that way, your marketing processes can be enhanced and changed. Using the custom redirects on third-party websites. Let's say that you have an asset that have linked to a third-party website. So a custom redirect can point to them, and you can show that how many visitors have accessed that website. So talking about the poll or survey. So these, I think, are the one of the best ways to engage with your prospects, because whenever we are visiting a website or we are getting the poll surveys on our emails, you can see a lot of the emails in our inbox have the polls or the surveys to fill up the details there. So for that, you can create a short survey with the custom redirects by attaching it to somewhere on the button click or on the link that you have used for filling up the survey forms or the poll. So the links that have been used for voting, and they will automatically record the clicks on each link. So you will get to know that how many of the emails that you have sent to your users are actually being filled up by them, and what is the ratio of the conversions that you're getting from there. So in that way, you can use the custom redirects, and that will help you in a good way. So in order for any prospect section of the customer redirect reporting, so you can also create a report, view the report on the, you cannot just view the report. In that, for custom redirects, you will get to see the details on either if a visitor clicks and converts to prospect by filling out a form, or if the existing or the cookie prospects click the link. So in both the ways, you can just have their activities tracked in custom redirects report. So this is how you can use custom redirects, and these are going to be really helpful for you in marketing about your business. Okay, so Shan, can you move to the next slide? All right, thank you. So dynamic content, as I told you, the business is moving more towards the personalized kind of experience for your customers. So how you can turn this, how you can make your content more personalized for your customers. Like if I am a user and I'm navigating to a shopping website or an e-commerce website, and I look for a particular kind of clothes in a particular section, let's say a clothing section. So in that way, how am I going to uh, get the offers or the promotional messages or emails about that? So what is being done is that all my activities on the website is being tracked, and then if I'm visiting, I'm showing more interest into the clothing section. So in my emails, just right after some time, I'll receive an email sharing, we found that you are interested in this section, so these are the promotional offers, or these are the options or the promotions of the brands that they do. So all that kind of stuff is what makes you more personalized and more connected. You feel more happy when you are navigating to the websites, that you are recognized when you when you come back to the website again and again. So that's how dynamic content plays a really important role to hold your customers and do not let them go. So this feature of Pardot needs to be taken, to be used very smartly, and it's up to you how you leverage it. So you can communicate with your prospects, different prospects in different way, and you can make them feel we can make them feel that how they are different from others. Like you know them, you know about their interest, you know about their like whatever is relevant information to them. You're not just providing them some irrelevant information that they just put into the junk, right? So in that way, you have a better communication with your prospects. So the personalized way of communication, as you know, is always helpful to connect with different segments of your target audience. So you can use the dynamic content in emails, you can use them on forms, you can place them on the landing pages as well if you, based on the different criteria of that you have set, you want to show different content. Let's say a particular user has filled up this form. So post the form submission, you are showing them content. So what form, what type of form they have filled, which form they have filled, on based on that, the form name, you can just place a different content that is to be shown to them. It can be any kind of assets that you are showing them to download, or you can show them a video, or you can show them an image, or anything that you want to show. You can just show accordingly. That you can just make it based on the criteria. If the user has, like, let's say, let's take an example, like cookied prospects are coming up to fill up a form on your web page. So they can see a message, welcoming message with by mentioning their name. Like a lot of time when we revisit a website, we see that if ever we have filled up a form or provided our details to the particular company, so they have our names in the website and they have cookied our like activities. So the next time that I'm coming to the website, I'll see that there's a mention, there's a like a, a statement over there like welcome this with your name. So that gives them more personalized, and they feel good that you are connected with them in that personalized way. So let's just take an example of if in multiple countries, in different countries, hello or welcome uh, is different words are used to just communicate about this. So when you're addressing somebody with hello or welcome, so you use different words. So based on the countries, if you know, if you can list it down, that if the person is from US, then you can choose some other word. If the person is from Spain or Mexico or from anywhere else, anywhere around the world, so you can just, based on the country names, you can just place except of other than hello, you can use hola, or you can use any other, like, to make them feel like you are closer to their like interest. So in this way, it becomes really easy to personalize your content that's available on the website. So that's how you use the dynamic content. If I would be able to share my screen and show you the demo, it would be great. But unfortunately, my system has just broke down and I don't know what's happening. So we won't be able to continue with the demo now. So that's all for today's session. And if you have any questions, you can just put up in the chat window. And thank you all for joining and for bearing us with this interruptions.
So thank you very much, guys. So if you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat window. I hope the chat window is available to everyone and they can type in it. So guys, we're going to wait for another couple of minutes. And Somin, let's check if people have any questions. And guys, again, in the future, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to organize another session, something like this, and give you a full demo. So yeah, just stay tuned with New Delhi Salesforce Developer Group, and we have many more sessions to come. We have the next time. So, Soumya, can you talk about what you're going to be covering in this session, in the next session?
All right. So the next session we'll be talking about the email templates, because the process in the Pardot that we take up is like lead generation and lead nurturing. So once you have your leads into your Pardot database, how you're going to nurture them, how you're going to engage with them, with your leads or with your prospects to turn them into your won deals or your valuable customers. So email marketing is one of those options that we have, basically, that we are using Pardot for. So we'll be talking about email marketing and how we can build the email templates and what are the different aspects of that. So we hope to see you in our next session as well. So, and we'll try to make sure that the demo is good one for you. If you have any questions, you can just place it. Otherwise, if later, if anything related to the today's topic you want to discuss or anything related to the previous topics that we have discussed, you can just reach out to us. You can just drop an email, or you can just reach out to us on our social media links as well.
Right, guys. And guys, the most favorable way of reaching out to us would be, putting a comment under the post. So for example, this one, we are going to be making the recordings and the slides live. So if you have any questions around this, just comment under the post, and the presenter, in this case Soumya, will come in, and she'll try to answer your questions to the best of her ability. So this way we are going to have a continuous engagement also going on way after the session is done. And again, you're always free to reach out to us at newdelhisfdcdug@gmail.com, or directly reach out to Soumya over her social media links for any kind of questions or resolutions. All right, guys. So, Soumya, I don't see any questions from the audience. I guess this topic is pretty clear to them, and no worries. All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining today. And yeah, stay tuned for more updates. And we've already got the next session up and running live. Just put it on your calendar so that you don't forget about it. And yeah, we'll see you on the next session next Saturday. Thank you, Soumya. Thank you very much for this wonderful session. Thank you, Sushant.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks all.
Thanks everyone for joining. Have a great day. Stay safe. Bye.
Stay safe. Bye bye.